Welcome back! This is Nerd Dad on episode 23 of our Factorio playthrough. Last time we left off, we had just got our nuclear power up and running, and I've just finished filling in a few power poles that I'd been holding off on with our red circuits just because we were having so many problems, and now that this is all up and running, still doing well for our power. Just to let you know, I bumped this temporary copper over a little bit because I had to run some new lines in, pulled along the red circuit, bringing it down. And I've also brought over some brick to help us with our electric furnaces, as the first thing we're going to try to accomplish today is we're going to try to get our production science packs up. So we got a little bit to do here. We got to get some electric engines in place, and we need to get our electric furnaces, and then we're going to ship those over and get those science packs going. So you can see we've already got our engines coming in, and we have our lubricant for our electric engines. And basically all we're going to require besides that is some electric circuits. And I've been debating back and forth whether I want to pull the electric circuits off this line down here or whether we should just build our own. And it's one of those, I'm just not sures. So I think what we will do is I think we will commit to actually building our own here. And the reason for it is, well, we may need these, once we kind of start really kicking out these reds, we may find that we still need this copper component here. And if we do, then what we'll do is we'll just piggyback on this line and just get it going sort of two ways here. So I'm just going to kind of smuck that together and then just give it a space. And what we will do is we'll just build this one out here. In fact, I think we're missing a few assembly machines here, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll just use these blues instead. It's okay. It just means we build them faster. It's all good. And we'll just get these quickly knocked in here. And we will need a transport belt. And we'll just get this running right down here like this. And I think it comes in about there is about where we get it to. I have to bring it all the way over from the copper. We'll just get that going. Oh, I didn't really supply myself well here. Just kind of jumped here right after doing the... It would probably help if I actually looked where we're going to connect it to. Fantastic. Okay, so there we go. We'll just get that going. And where does it come to? Oh, it only goes to there. Okay. And just a quick connection. Those red lines, they just bounce you around so much that it's easy to lose your spacing. Okay, there we go. Got our copper coming up. And just get that finished off. And if we build these, we build them. If we don't, we don't. I'm guessing my robots, as soon as I get them, which is going to be a pretty high priority after we get these electric engines, we'll start going around building a lot of these things. We've said, oh, this is just temporary if we put the RoboPort on in town, so we'll have to be a little bit cognizant of that being an issue as well. Let's just grab a couple more outs here. Actually, let's not do that this way. Let's do our typical... we'll do just a typical green inserter run here. Green circuit run here. And we'll just, probably just could have copied the template right over, but we've done it enough, we know how it works. We can just whip it together. Okay, it's going to be like that. Right into there. And just get our iron ore coming up. Very easy. There we go. And then we'll just throw some... power poles in place. Why not? We can do those first this time. Sometimes I like getting the power poles and things in place because if we can do it, we might get away with being able to just kind of run rickshaw with the reds. Let's get some lighting in here. Whoops, that's not where we want that. There we go. And now we can grab the reds and kind of do this. There we go, and we just make some green circuits. So I'm not going to feed those directly into the electric. What we're going to do is we're just going to hope that this can output enough. I could sit here and do the math, but I'm just frankly too lazy today to do it. So I'm just going to go, you know what, let's hope for the best. If not, what we'll do is we'll actually feed off of the bottom line here and help kind of supplement this line if we need to. But at least we'll have sort of a good starting point with these greens here. Alright. And there we go. So we can also pull this, we can also use these copper here if we need to send more copper wire in that way. So it's gonna be twofold for us. And actually, we can get rid of those and the lights. That can all come out of there. And let's just get ourselves a little bit of power by kind of dropping that line on there. There we go. And I guess we need some on the inside there too. That's going to be important. Let's get those. Okay, so now we got some green circuits coming in. Now, the issue is that I've kind of messed this all up because I kind of made this line all squiggly and everything else. I don't think we have enough room in here anyways to run 6. Where's our little template? Even if we were to scrunch that right up, we would be goofing ourselves up. So I think what we'll do is we'll start building our electric engines sort of like right here, and we'll just kind of circle back on what we've got going on here. And then we'll just kind of bring it all together. And what we're going to want is just kind of thinking this through. That's about enough space. Because we're going to want to be able to bring a lubricant line kind of down the middle there. And the only concern I have is I think... Nope, we only need 2 items. I wasn't sure if we needed a 3rd item, in which case we wouldn't be able to do it that way. We would have to do something else. We're going to have to go grab some assembly machines really quickly. And well, it's a good time for us to take a look at some other things we've been working on. I mentioned last time I might want to automate the balance of the nuclear facilities, so I've actually done that. I've got the heat exchangers here, the heat pipe, and the steam turbines being built. Put a little bit of logic on it to limit it out. You can see we're getting quite a bit of materials in there. And I did it basically off these 2 lines just so it would slowly tap our main bus. I didn't want to really stretch our main bus too much, so we're just kind of pushing that along. We're still waiting to get that... the purple logic to automate our nukes. Got a couple in storage buried away. We're not worried about those right at the moment. And we're going to put the purple plant right here. So we're kind of, everything else is pretty well the way it's been. We haven't really needed to change too much. Everything's been going along swimmingly. Let's just get a few of these. I don't think we need anything else right now. I think we're in... Oh, I could probably grab a few of those. That's not going to hurt. It never hurts us to have lots of power lines. And... yeah, why not some lights? Get a few lights just so we don't run out. I think it was 100. We should be good for a while. And notice we got a bit of plastic in our bag. We might as well throw that into one of these red circuits on the way. It's not like we're going to likely make anything in our bag with plastic. So I'll just toss that in there. Just do a little cleanup on the way by. Really liking the looks of this. It's looking like it's going to give us a really good output. We can copy and paste that if we want it somewhere else, and we can run plastic. Plastic's keeping up so far. Of course, everything's sitting there pretty quiet. It's when we kick some of these things up that we're just going to start on like robots and stuff. We'll start to see how much we can tax that. What else we got? We've got to wait for the purples for that. Why don't we get some grenade? Anybody? Energy shield? Not really going to use it for a while. I probably should have it, but let's get more logistical slots. Okay, let's quickly smack all this in. Yes, those robots would be handy right now, wouldn't they? They just could kind of throw all this together for us, but we'll just... Whoops, I was standing on top of the... Oh, missed that one. Okay, so here we go. So these are going to be our electrical engines, or electrical units, whatever they're called. There we go. And we'll get a pipe running right down the middle here. A little bit of lubricant. And we'll put our feeder lines, the ones that we're going to feed in, on the inside so we can use the nice blue inserters for the speed. Talked about that quite a bit. And we're going to just pull this line out here. I'm just looking for where this lubricant line's coming in. Still see our power spiking occasionally, so we are going to have to, be aware that we're actually going to have to do something about that fairly quickly. I'm not sure I like that right there. I think what I'm going to do is just do another little jump right there, just so we can kind of stretch the balance of the way there. Chances are we're going to have another one of these rebuilt right beside it here. I'm fully expecting that at this point. So this line here, while it's inside for this one, it may actually become an outside for the other one. And where are we going to send these? Let's send them... Oh, we're going to need to send them 2 directions, actually. We need to send them both north and south. What are we going to do with that? Because we're going to want some down here for bots, and we're going to want electric engines. Actually, let's do the electrical down there, and then we'll bring it back up through here. So let's actually send it down. We'll go down this way, and then we'll hook it back up. So a little bit of waste, but it'll be okay. And let's bring that line down as well. Actually, it doesn't need to start there. What am I thinking? You're not thinking. That's the problem. Oh, because I'm going to cut through there and there's a pipe. You can't cut through where there's a pipe. Okay, there we go. Now, sometimes the simple things are the hardest. Okay, let's get this all smashed together now. Input, input, input. I feel like we're doing a lot of running back and forth here. Oops, one too many. And let's get the reds up. Oops, outbound. And get this just smacked together as fast as we can here. Really need to get those robots, because then things like this we can just template and kind of stand there and just let they all get thrown together. So we'll get on that ASAP. Speed up the experience here a bit for everybody. Alright, get some lights in here as well. Just so when it gets dark we can actually still see what's happening. The problem is with that pipe in there, I just can't quite reach all the way across here. It's just... Okay, and now all we've got to do is get everything kind of connected here. So we know we've just got to get this green line connected with this nice engine line that's coming in right here, these engine units. So let's bring this along. And... yeah, it's always tough when you got two lines that are sort of side by side and you want to do one of these. You just got to kind of... there we go. And we're going to want a splitter on there because we're going to want to throw it to the other side as well. And then we're going to want to connect it right into there like that. And then we'll throw it over to the other side. Just like that. And there we go. We should be kicking out electrical pretty quick here. What's going on? You guys are working. There comes my electrical engines. That's exactly what we're looking for. That isn't really called electrical engine unit. I don't know why they have to be called a unit. Let's pretend they're engines. Because they're not really an engine by themselves, because you need 20 of them to make the engine. Okay, fantastic. So now what we want to do is we want to quickly throw together our... why are they not there? Electric furnaces. So all we need here is steel, stone, brick, and advanced circuits. Well, funny enough, like I said, we actually brought all that in here. We're all ready for this. Let's just grab our template of 6, line it up here just so we get ourselves building in a common place. I could build in this zone right here, but who knows? Maybe we will need to build more greens. And if we do, well then we could actually use this zone here. So I'm going to just start right here. Problem with this, though, is actually we've got to think about this a little bit. This isn't going to match up here because these electrical units need 3 parts, which means we're going to need an inbound line on the inside. So we're going to wipe this out here. We're going to rethink this a bit. What we're going to do instead is we're going to say this middle piece here is where we need to pull our line out of. So that'll be our outbound line. Now, it doesn't mean we can't have 2 inbound lines or an inbound line with it. And that might be something like brick. Let's just look at what we need. We need 10 steel. That should be an inside. A stone should be an inside if possible. And the advanced circuit. So we can't have 2 insides if we're having this double-sided. So this one, let's make it brick. And then we will take... well, actually, I want to think about waste a little bit as well. I'd rather not waste advanced circuits. So we're going to double up the stone brick and the steel plate, put it all on blues. It will slow down our process because they're going to have to pull off 20 to just the 5. It's either that or we throw the stone brick right down the middle and put the advanced circuit on split lines. But it means we're going to be running a longer line of advance, but we'll be splitting that line, so it would be the equivalent of running it down the middle. So it's the same. Okay, I had to put my thinking cap on there for a second. We've got it made in the shade. I had to finish it. Okay. There we go. So we're going to put those there. We're going to build these guys here. And that gives us our output and our input. So we're going to bring in a line right here like this. And we've said this is going to be a split line. And that split line for us doesn't really matter. It's going to be... why don't we try to join these somehow? I'm just thinking about how I can do this somewhat efficiently. Let's just get this past here and then we'll start thinking about it. Okay, we're going to want to join these, but I want to keep that with an independent line of its own. So let's go like this. Let's just smash these two together. We'll do a little bump out on the brick. We'll do a little bump out. Actually, we don't need to bump that one out if we just do it this way. And that will give us our split line, which we will then split again because we want to send it to the other side. And we're going to kind of run one right over here. Just got to keep thinking it all through. We're going to run a steel line from there. That allows us still, if we want to run the fourth line of steel, we've got the space. And we're going to need a tunnel right there. Yeah, we'll just take it to there. And that will be our input line for over here. Okay, we've got this. Yeah, we're good. And right up the side. Okay, so there's our two input lines. That's going to be a split line of these two materials, just like that. We're going to also just kind of jump this like this, just to get it through here, because we're going to have some robotics and things over here that are going to need reds as well. There we go. So there's a nice thick red line still, and now we've just got to split off some steel here. We'll just do a double split like that, make sure we get lots in here. Let's get these guys quickly thrown in here, and we should be able, whoopsie, be able to quickly get ourselves some electric furnaces, and that is going to change a lot of things for us. We're going to probably upgrade some things to electric, but we'll do that after we upgrade the once we upgrade the nuclear power plant to get some more nuclear power. Then we're going to jump all over electric furnaces and things like that. We can start, stop running coal everywhere. We can start using it as a more of a production resource than a electrical resource. And let's just throw in our what we want this to be and what we want this to be. And I just was really dumb because I just put all these guys backwards. Oops. They're supposed to be inbounds. I wonder how often when people are watching, they're kind of like, what is he doing? Because often I wonder the same things myself. What am I doing? And this isn't true anyways. I've really kind of blown this. Those are outbounds. Sometimes I get confused. Really? Couldn't tell, right? Okay, so this will be an outbound. Those two will be outbounds. And an outbound. And that's an... What are you doing? It always stays the same direction when you're doing a in and out on the inside. Okay. Dump, dump, dump. You. Yes, it'll be fun to have robots finally where we can just kind of leave these templates out and just get going. I should have had these a lot sooner if I was going for this achievement, but I just kind of got waylaid doing other things, and it happens. It's okay. Well, we'll catch up. I'm not concerned in the slightest. But I am. But I'm not. Okay, let's just get some power in here and see what this is doing. I just haven't got... Oh! Well, look at what I did. I goofed again. I meant to actually run this line over here like this. Well, we'll just do it this way then. It's not perfect, but it'll work. Definitely need a lot more brick though. Wow, that's I'm not sure if that brick line's going to be able to keep up. Let's see. It should. I mean, we got lots of brick. I'm just not sure with this doubling of the line it's going to be able to keep up. But it looks like it's going to make it. Just wasn't sure if we were going to get enough throughput. As long as we can get this last guy involved here, we'll be good. These last two, this guy's not going either. Might need to rethink how we're bringing these two together. So always got to wait until you've had a bit of time for the throughput. Let's see. We might have to take a look at that. That will be the first thing we'll look at if we're seeing that it's not quite doing what we want. Oops, I just took that one too many back. Okay, so here we go. So now we've actually got some electric engines. And we've got some electric furnaces. I'm actually going to want to bring these together. I'm going to kind of just do something like this, and we're going to just bring that over like that. And the reason why I want to do that is because we know we need these electric engines down south as well, because we're going to need these for robotic frames and things like that. So we're just going to kind of, okay, go away, we're going this way. And then what we're going to do is we're also going to kind of bring these two together and throw them back this way. But what I want them to do is come right about there, so it's a little bit sooner than I've got on this board at the moment. So let's just get some of these guys, we'll put them in the robotic frames later. And there we go. So now we can send this back this direction and just get a... Probably could have just... I wonder if we can just jump that whole spread. Oh, beautiful. Save the tunnel, why not, eh? Yeah, I'm cheap. It's my historical blood. We're here. And where is here exactly? Here is where we need to be. But how is this where we need to be? Let's think about this. Got batteries coming down south here. Let's just take those and jump them into there. We've got these guys heading northbound. We'll go right there. And then another tunnel right there. And... Whoops. And we'll just run this line right the other way. Okay, this is getting good. I'm feeling like we're close to success here. And if we can get these purples kicking out by the end of this episode, that will be excellent. You can see the nice thick line we've got going here. I'm really excited. Yeah, I knew this was going to be I knew when we built this, we talked about how this was going to become a, oh my goodness, what am I going to do here? We're going to have to just really kind of push this. Ah, yeah, we made it. But yuck. It's starting to really look like, that's like a bowl of spaghetti. That really is. I'm going to have to do something with that. It's just grim. Alright. Oh, and I'm not liking the looks of that. That's, something needs to be fixed up here. We need to kind of get these guys, like everything's like down just a little too far. It's not where we want it. We can at least fix some of it here if we go like this. I'm just going to clip this line right here for a second. We're just going to back feed this. Just so I don't have to put it all in my bag. There we go. Just going to run that up like that. And then we'll just do that. At least that way I can bring this over further and then I can jump it up. Because I still want to leave space over here for potentially more blues if I need it. We haven't needed it so far, but who knows what's going to happen when we, you know, start getting white science packs, etc. Okay, so here's our line coming in, and all we've got to do now, I'm just double checking how this is going to look. Let's think about where we're going to send this to. So we got a couple of things we're going to have to address here. One thing we're going to have to address is me holding a bunch of science packs. Do I have the bag space for it? I got enough right now. We're just going to do something like this. And that for those two. Let's get rid of all these science packs I just picked up. 22 of each. Just toss them in there. Why are we not learning stuff? We should be learning things. Shouldn't we not be learning things? We should be learning things. Why don't we get combat robotics? I thought I already got that, but apparently I haven't. Okay, and we'll just put a splitter on here. I want to be really careful with this. I'd like to get this line to be a split line between our yellow, gold, whatever color you want to call it, and our purples. So I want to make sure that we leave ourselves that ability. Let's just quickly take a look and remind ourselves, or me specifically, what is this going to take? So we're going to need some batteries and processing units and speed modules, everything else. And I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to ship that line from way over here. I don't think we're going to build those over here. I don't want to ship all that product back here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to ship the science packs over here. Probably following this line, actually. So let's actually assume that that's a truth. If that is a truth, and do we have space? Yeah, we could hopscotch that along here. So let's assume that this here, I mean, we're guessing, but we're saying, okay, well, our expectation is that we will have, I wish I could just do something with this right here. It really is not what we want it to be. It's just a hair off. Okay, well, there's other ways for us to do it. We can do it this way. Maybe I'll clean this up next time. It's going to take a little bit too long, and it's going to be just painful to watch. So let's just get this out of the way. We'll just do it like this instead. And if we clean it up, we'll clean it up. If we don't, we don't. Nobody dies. But what I want to do is I want to bring this yellow / gold line, whatever we're calling it, right up like this. And we will run it right into here. And this is where we'll do our joining, kind of right here. Similar to how we did our other one, actually. We'll just kind of... And there's our purples. There we go. So that'll be our joint line. I just wanted to get that sort of pre-established, because now what we can do is we can say, well, if that is true, it should be fairly simple for us to say, well, that will hold true for there. And the nice thing about the purples is that they only take that nice one line right down the middle. It's just this. All you have to do is just kind of go, oh, one line right here. And they take a while to build, I believe, too. They're like 14 seconds, so it's easy to kind of keep the line full. I think we're going to be a little bit short of blues here. We're going to have to just go quickly pick those up. Just quickly, yep, I need some blues. I think we're close. I think we're not too far from the blues. Yeah, they're right here. So that's okay. Might as well grab some reds while we're here. Fill our bags up with stuff. And there we go. Put those in place. Oops. Grab some power lines. We know we got lots of those. Just do something like that. And get some lighting in here. And what do you want to be? I want to be a purple science fact when I grow up. There you go. Congratulations. Your dreams have come true. Okay. We're just going to want to have one line in here, so we're just going to do something like that. I'm going to have to go in. Get rid of those in a second. How to fill your bags, 101. And there we go. So we got that side going, and while it's quickly cranking those out before we go and check on how that's all working out for us, let's just quickly do this side of the equation. Like I said, this is one of the, I think it's one of the easier things. Once you've kind of got the basics, it's complex end to end because you've got to, build all the resources. But once you get those two resources, being the engines and the electrical furnaces, the rest of it's kind of like, okay, well, this is easy. There we go. And yeah, I think once we get some power here and just tell these guys what to do with themselves, I think we're in like Flint, as they say. I think we're just right all the way there. And a little bit closer, and give me more production science packs, and we'll see if that keeps up. And if not, we'll just split the line and we'll run another set right there. And there we go. We got some combat robotics coming. Let's just grab that, and let's just see how they're going there. That means we're gonna get what do we got? 12, 14. So we'll round it to 15. So 4 cycles. So we're gonna get like 48 ballparkish a minute. That's not like exact, close enough. My math is very, very perfect, as is my English. We'll let those backlog just a little. Everything else is keeping up pretty good. Since I'm standing right here, let's just get rid of the extra goodies I picked up. Probably could put them in a different place. But there we go. We can see it's already kind of, staying there. So we'll see if that can maintain itself. If it can't, we will, like I said, we'll just double it up. But there we go. We've got our production science packs up and running. Oh, the last thing I did want to do is I wanted to quickly run over here and just make sure we're saving up some of these miners if we can. I kind of want to make sure we're, I see the electric engines aren't staying full, as are the miners. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to this line. It'll be interesting to see if this falls off. Why don't we just put let's put a light right here. We'll just This is our mark. You can see it's moving away from us, so we'll check on that and see if it's slowly drifting away, and if it is, we'll have to, increase our production here. Our greens are keeping up easily. Everything else is, the reds are suffering. Look at that. The reds are not keeping up. And the reds are not keeping up, I bet you, because of the copper. I'm guessing it's the copper wire. Yep, it's the copper wire. We kind of guessed that would happen, and we are correct. So I'm going to fix that up while I'm offline here. I'll kick a bunch of copper wire down into there here. It looks like we're doing it for most of the way. It just needs to probably come in about here. We'll just bring in some copper wire to kind of feed this back set. You kind of got these these sets of 6, 4 sets of 6. Well, for this 4 sets of 6, we'll just bring in a bunch of more copper wire, kind of duplicating this system down at this end, and we'll just fill it back in, and that should kick the red production up. The plastic seems to be keeping up, so once we do that, everything should be fine. And that'll allow us to see, at least for the electric furnaces, well, actually, we're actually growing there anyways, so that line's actually expanding. So, well, it's not really a problem. It is going to be a problem when I put a chest here and say I want some electric furnaces, and I want a few hundred of them. So I'll fix that up. We're going to need it fixed up anyways, and yeah, that's great. So I really thank you for joining me. We got our purple science packs, our production science packs. This has been episode 23, and I'm Nerd Dad, and I am